We have 26 stats and abilities in the game, and they will determine how your players perform on the pitch. So if you know how they work and what exactly they mean, you can level your players better and use them in the best possible way. Some of them are obvious and some of them need to be more clear. In this video, I'm gonna completely explain every stat in eFootball. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and do this. Well, we have 3 sections in player abilities, which are attack, defense, and strength. We're gonna start with attack, which includes 10 abilities. First of all, attacking awareness. Indicates reaction and speed when attacking, such as when running past the defense. This is one of the most important attributes for your strikers. It determines how your forward will act when his teammates have the ball. It's actually an AI thing about positioning, running behind the back line, and be in the right place at the right time. So more attacking awareness simply means that you have more chance to score goals. Ball control indicates accuracy when trapping or using a feint to set up the next play. This ability helps the player in 2 situations. With high ball control in the first touch, he will receive the ball better after the pass, especially stunning or lofted passes. And before dribbling, he takes care of the ball with more accuracy. So players with low ball control are more likely to lose the ball because they can't handle it as they should. Dribbling indicates accuracy, quickness, top speed, and acceleration when dribbling. This ability has direct impact on performing dribbles. It includes the animation for every dribble to be faster and more accurate. Not only for that, but when you try to dribble just with your moves, high dribbling makes a huge difference. Also, it secretly gives more speed to your players when they are sprinting. Tight possession indicates how skilled the player is at performing turns while dribbling at low speed. In fact, tight possession helps the player to keep the ball closer to his feet, especially under pressure. Simple as that. Obviously, he can turn and change his direction faster without losing the ball easily. So ball control, dribbling, and tight position are the reason that a player feels smooth, responsive, and even faster. Low pass indicates the accuracy and speed of low passes. It includes all the passes on the ground like normal and through passes or even crosses, period. Lofted pass indicates the accuracy and speed of lofted passes. It's exactly the same thing for lofted passes, so no need to explain more, but there's one point that I should tell you. Besides stats, skills are also important in passing, for example one-touch pass and through passing. So these two actually complement each other in passing, make sure to consider that. Finishing indicates shooting accuracy, including shots hit first time or off balance. As the game says, it's all about shooting accuracy to first shoot on the target and then make it harder for the goalkeeper to save the ball. The power doesn't matter, the more finishing that the player have, the more chance he has to score a goal in different body positions. Also here, skills like first time shot or long range shooting are effective. Heading indicates heading accuracy and speed when shooting, passing, or clearing. This ability is in attacking section, but is also decisive for defensive players. Because not only for scoring goals, but for defending and passing at the back, your player's heading needs to be high. And again, don't forget the heading skill. Set piece taken indicates the player's accuracy during set pieces, including free kicks and penalties. This is one of the abilities that many players don't get it right. For example, my Neymar set piece taken is 95, but Y's ability for taking penalties is 83, free kick from here is 94, from here is 86, and for corner kick is 97. The game actually considers both distance and multiple stats and gives you a rating for a set piece. Finishing, curl, lofted pass, and kicking power are the abilities that have impact on free kicks. So the average for a player's set piece taken depends on them. Curl indicates how much curl can be put on shots, passes, and set pieces. When you want to increase the curl, you need to increase the player's shooting, so many people think it's only useful in finesse shots. That's true because with high curl, it's harder for the goalkeeper to reach the ball. But also in passing, it makes a huge difference in situations like this. As the game mentioned, it's not only for shoots, but it makes the passes so much better. So now let's go for the defense section, which includes 9 stats. Defensive awareness indicates reaction and speed when defending, such as when pressing the ball carrier. It's also an AI thing just like attacking awareness, but in defending when you're not switched to your players. A big part of your defender's positioning depends on this, such as pressing the striker before they run behind the back line or chasing them at the right time. Also, a while ago after an update, the game announced that defensive awareness now has an impact on players' acceleration. Tackling indicates the range of tackles used to win the ball. For getting the ball back, this one is probably the most crucial ability. Sliding tackles, standing tackles, shoulder charges, and even interceptions. Increases range, accuracy, and quickness of defenders tackling to take the ball back. Aggression indicates how aggressively a player presses and tackles to win the ball. This one is about how aggressive the player can tackle and apply pressure. It makes the opponents lose their balance sooner and eventually lose the ball. Defensive engagement indicates eagerness to defend, such as getting back into position quickly. It shows how defenders can adjust themselves to defense. I see some players don't take it serious, but defensive engagement is important as defensive awareness, because that helps the defenders to perform their first 3 stats at the right time. One more point is low stamina has negative effects on defensive engagement. Goalkeeping awareness indicates a keeper's reaction speed and affects positioning and recovery speed. How well the goalkeeper can protect a goal and also get back to his position. It's actually the #1 priority for a goalkeeper. Since you have the control of only one player in the game, awareness is an essential thing for attackers, defenders, and the goalkeeper. Goalkeeping catching indicates the player's ability to catch the ball when playing in goal. A higher value means that the player can catch more powerful shots. Depending on the shoot's power, the goalkeeper can catch the ball or send it to somewhere else. It's not actually that important because in the first place, you don't want the ball to touch the net, so that's why you need other stats more. Goalkeeping parrying indicates a keeper's ability to knock shots to safety to prevent second chances. If you don't want to concede in a bounce back, parrying becomes crucial. So if the goalkeeper doesn't have a good catching, he definitely needs a high parrying. Goalkeeping reflexes indicates a keeper's ability to respond to close shots, such as during 1v1s. Fast reactions for the goalkeeper, especially in close range and inside the box. He can bend down faster to save the ball and gives him more chance to protect the goal in dangerous situations. Goalkeeping reach indicates a keeper's shot blocking range against fast pace or well-placed shots. After awareness, it's maybe the most important stat for a goalkeeper because the first priority is to reach the ball. Obviously, tall goalkeepers have more chance to reach, and also jumping is decisive here. So considering that who's your goalkeeper, you should level him properly. That was it, and the last section is going to be a strength with 7 important abilities. Speed indicates how fast a player can run and affects movement and dribbling. It means the top speed for the player, including when he is off the ball. And of course, it affects the player's nimbleness to move and dribble faster. Acceleration indicates acceleration of speed and affects movement and dribbling. It's about how fast the player can reach to his top speed. More acceleration, less time it takes to start running with maximum speed. For winning the races and players' agility, high acceleration is required. That's why for every player, it's one of the most important stats. Kicking power indicates how much power can be added when kicking shots, passes, and set pieces. Kicking power does have an effect on a player's passing, and people usually don't pay attention to that. But most importantly for your strikers, at least 90 kicking power is necessary. Because when they kick the ball harder, obviously the goalkeeper has less time to react. So for scoring goals besides finishing, kicking power also plays a big role. Jumping indicates jumping ability and affects high headers and success in aerial duels. For winning aerial duels, jumping is surely more decisive than heading. Because heading is just about accuracy, but jumping is about reaching the ball in the air. And aerial superiority skill is also important for that. Physical contact indicates how well the player can hold off opponents and keep his balance when physically pressured. There's not much to say here, having more physical contact means the player can protect the ball better. In the other hand, for defenders means that they can take the ball back more easily. Balance indicates how well the player can fend off tackles and keep his feet when he loses balance due to physical contact. First of all, I should tell you this: tall players have high physical contact and low balance. Short players have low physical contact and high balance. So they react differently when they are under pressure, but with high balance, the player can escape the pressure easier. And what the game doesn't tell you is, balance is about how much control the player has over his body and the ball. So it's not only for physical situations, players with high balance always feel more smooth and even faster. Stamina indicates the player's level of fitness and endurance. Over the time in the match, players get tired sooner or later, and that simply depends on their stamina. And when they get tired, it affects on all the other 25 stats that I just told you. So I recommend you to change your players with low stamina after 60 minutes. So guys, now you know everything about player stats in eFootball. We are gonna do the same video for skills, playing styles, and other important data in the game. And if you have any ideas for the next videos, you can write me down.